facilitate economic activity. And when it's not there, the economic activity just doesn't happen, because even it's a strange sort of psychological thing that people are very motivated by money, and money makes things happen that wouldn't otherwise happen. And when I was travelling around Europe, maybe 12 years ago, say, I went to a town in Austria called Wörgl, and that's a place where they had no money. It was during the Depression, and the town created its own money, and you could do a walking tour. You could see all the things that were built in the town, a bridge, and they built a ski jump, and all sorts of things. And the money circulated within the town. And another thing that your stories highlight is the importance of the difference between stocks and flows. This is a terminology that economists use, but basically what it means is a relatively small amount of money could be used to make lots and lots of transactions, from person to person, and facilitate much more activity than the amount of money that you might think would happen from that amount of money. It sort of multiplies. So now, it would be a very good exercise to look at those stories and then to analyse them compared to the present system, where a lot of businesses, like the hotel and some of the other businesses there, a lot of businesses operate on overdraft to a bank, and as soon as they get money, the bank takes it and the money has disappeared from the system. So in a system like the Need Act, even then, a lot of people will be getting their financing from a bank, and the US is quite distinct in having a lot of banks. It's not as many as it used to have. It's not as diverse as it used to be. There used to be, I think, about 40,000 banks, but now I think there's about 12,000 banks, or maybe 10,000. It's decreasing. The amount of banks is decreasing as they're concentrating and merging and all that. But the US is a place where there are some towns where there is one local bank and it services that town. In most countries, that's not the case. In most countries, there's 3 or 4 or 5 dominant banks that have 95% or more of the market share, and so a lot of the people, even in a reformed monetary system, would not, the people saving or investing in the bank would not be the people who are living in the town that are borrowing from that bank. So it wouldn't be a circular flow within a town. Now in the US, that possibly could happen with a local bank, and in Germany they have a lot of local banks called Sparkasse, and we've got some people who are familiar with Germany here now, so they might want to talk about that in the panel. So yeah, there's some those stories are a very good introduction into some concepts, and then they can be expanded on into looking at how those situations play out in the current system and in a reformed monetary system. And actually, a topic that we're going to touch on during this conference is, you may have heard of what's called cryptocurrencies. Now, it's an interesting thing, and so we're going to be having some presentations on that as well. And that, in a way, is, well, what you're describing in those stories is a situation that could exist with cryptocurrencies. And it's also, what you're describing is also like a local currency system, or a LETS system. It's a local exchange trading system, I think it is. And there's other sorts of mutual credit systems, things like that. So yes, those things can operate in a community, but of course these days a lot of production is not done locally. A lot of production is done in another country, and then it's brought over to this country. So those local currencies sort of break down at that because of that. Now the thing about cryptocurrencies is that they're borderless. You can buy and sell from people anywhere in the world over the internet, and so that geography and jurisdictional differences, it sort of overrides that. So it's like a local currency that's global in a sense. So that's an interesting aspect of it as well. So we're basically, because we started about half an hour late, we're going to keep everything, just add 30 minutes to everything on your schedule. I think we can go for the definitions now and then have a coffee break and then go to the parity proposal. Is that okay? Or does everyone, or do people desperate for more coffee?
I think you need a break.
Oh, you need a break? Okay. All right, we'll have a break and then we'll come back to the terminology and then we'll talk about the parity. And all right, thank you everyone.